Hello and welcome to Wednesday's programme.
Coming up tonight between now and 6:30.
Good evening. An investigation is underway after a major fire in Truro destroyed 3 homes and damaged 2 others.
60 firefighters.
The scene for us now. So Grace, just take us through what happened there.
And Grace, it sounds like an amazing response from the community there, but what's the latest on the investigation this evening? You're live in Truro for us this evening. Many thanks.
A Conservative MP has accused the Transport Secretary of appearing not to care about the South West. The South West Devon MP. Next tonight, a Plymouth couple say they're finding it hard to leave their house because of the negative comments their autistic son gets from members of the public.
John and Stephanie Kirby say they're regularly told by strangers that their son is naughty and that they're bad parents. They're now trying to raise awareness about the condition. Our reporter Claire Manning has been to meet them.
Well, let's speak to Claire live in Plymouth this evening. Claire, amazing for the Kirby family to speak out there and share their experience with us. But how common is what Hayden goes through?
Next on this evening's programme, trees across Devon will have to be cut down after the deadly fungus ash dieback was found at Dunsdon National Nature Reserve near Holsworthy.
Well, the forestry...
To Dunsford and speak to our reporter Bob Cruz. Bob, first of all, just tell us how big this outbreak is.
You're watching ITV News here in the West Country. Still to come on tonight's programme before 6:30. We speak to...
And straight after us, the ITV News continues at 6:30. Alistair Stewart has the details for you.
But next tonight, a young hairdresser from Somerset says his teenage years were blighted by obesity. At his heaviest, Lewis Harvey weighed 26 stone.
Lewis says when he was younger, he blamed himself for giving in to the temptation of overindulging in unhealthy food. But now there's no excuse to overeat.
Well, in a moment, we'll be hearing from an Exeter psychologist trying to teach young people about healthy food. First, I went to meet Lewis to hear his story. So, Lewis, can you just tell me what it was like to be overweight as a child?
I think it's one of the single most hardest things for a child to go through. Try and blame society because there's such an image that they need to aspire to be. And it is hard with children because children don't know necessarily what they should and shouldn't be eating. Whereas nowadays I feel that there's, in a way, no excuse because the information is there. We have the information of what we should and what we shouldn't eat, what exercise we should do.
So Lewis, just tell me when you were at your heaviest.
So my heaviest was 26 stone.
When you were 26 stone?
I want to say about 17.
What was that like as a teenager, being that weight?
I mean, as a teenager, you're discovering who you are.
And it affecting
incredibly.
you?
It was my first fault when I woke up in the morning, and it was my last fault when I went to bed.
How did you lose the weight when you decided it was time?
Diet and exercise. It's the only way, really. There's everything out there nowadays that, there's pills, potions, diets, guides, books, but there's what you put in is what you get.
If anyone's out there watching this and they might be a young person who thinks that they're overweight, is there anything you'd say to them?
Just speak to someone, even if it's someone close to you. No matter what someone puts you through, they did not put food in your mouth. You did that. So you can channel what people do to you and how they treat you and turn it around. It's not going to hurt to say, I need help with this. I don't know. I'm lost.
OK. Lewis, thank you so much for speaking to me.
That's quite all right.
That was Lewis Harvey speaking to me there. Well, for more on this, let's speak to Dr. Natalia Lawrence, a psychologist from Exeter University. So Lewis spoke there about the need for people who are struggling with their weight to ask for help. It's not easy to ask for help, though, is it?
Now, you might have realised that the World Cup kicks off tomorrow and you can watch the opening ceremony, of course, right here on ITV. But many fans from the West Country are going further and actually travelling to Russia to watch all the action.
Well, Richard Lawrence has been to meet England supporter Sam Farley from St Ive in Cornwall, who's about to make the 2,000-mile trip to support the Three Lions. One well-known England football fan not heading to the World Cup because he's currently on a stand-up tour of the UK is David Baddiel, and tonight he's performing in Exeter.
Yeah, and he's perhaps best known for his role in the most popular football song in recent years. Of course, Three Lions was a collaboration between him, Frank Skinner and the Lightning Seeds. In a moment we'll be speaking to David, but let's put that song back in your heads once again. Well, it's always a song that you nod your head along to there, isn't it? Great memories for many of us, and we can speak to David now. David, thanks very much for giving us some of your time on the programme today. I guess, after all these years, do you ever get a little bit tired of hearing that song?
And it is 30 years of Hurt. That was back in 1996. It's 52 years of Hurt, isn't it, since England won in 1966. Can that change this year, do you think?
Doing for the World Cup, you're obviously on tour at the moment, but I imagine you'll be tuning in to see how England do.
Brilliant. I love that you've changed your gig time. Just tell us a little bit about the show. It's on in Exeter tonight, isn't it? I've had that song in my head all afternoon.
You've hummed it all the time in the newsroom.
I know,
yeah.
It's going to be in my head for about 3 weeks. Weather time now. Bob's joined us, as you can see, and it's not looking good by the look of that pitch. Bob, thank you very much for that. Now, before we go, here's a quick reminder of the main headline here in the West Country this evening. Please say a fun. That's it from us this evening. I'll be back with the late news at the usual time of 10:30.
Now they will hand you to Alistair Stewart as the ITV News continues. From all of us, have a lovely evening. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.